Alrighty, time for some vinyl finds. Went to Goodwill yesterday and went to the record store today. So this is what I got at Goodwill. The Doors 13, sort of a greatest hits of the Doors, kind of up until LA Woman, so it's pretty much up until 1970. So it has a pretty good collection of songs. Had it years ago, and I think either sold it or traded it. I can't remember. So it's kind of cool to have that back in the collection there. So some good stuff. Here's CCR with Chronicle. I think everybody has this album. I think it's an essential, sort of a greatest hits from CCR. I have a later copy of this. I think it's from the 80s. It's like a solid blue label. So this is like, I'd say one of the earlier pressings. It has the lightning with the fantasy label. So found those two at Goodwill. This is kind of exciting. Here's some stuff from the record store. Nuggets, Volume 12, Part 3, Punk. This one has The Shape of Things to Come, Max Frost and the Troopers, Mr. Pharmacist, Journey Through Time. So this stuff that was on the expanded Nuggets collection, but these are always cool to find, and definitely always pick them up when I have a chance. So Richard and Mimi Farina, Reflections in a Crystal Wind. So a couple of videos back I got a Richard and Mimi Farina best of, which actually kind of had this album on it as well as the other one. So kind of excited to find this, because this is definitely a rare record in really, really good shape. You know, usually with it, you know, with having a black cover, you know, these are usually susceptible to a lot more ring wear, so you know they show it a little bit more. So this is a great score. D Brown, if you're out there watching, got Dave Mason, Alone Together. This will make copy number 2 of this, and I let D Brown know the other day. He was showing me, when he's showing off some of his records. I think it was an older video maybe I was going through. I asked him if his copy was on black vinyl or colored vinyl, so this makes my second copy that's this. So D Brown, let's get in touch, let's get some trades going. So this is really cool, because this is probably one of the first like kind of rock, I mean it's like marbleized vinyl, which is like you don't really see that. I mean, you see it now all the time. I mean, but you know, for 1970, I think that would probably be something that was definitely definitely an exciting thing at the time. Alan Bone. This is on Verve Folkways. They were a British band, kind of like, you know, 60s psychedelic sort of thing. Fit right into that. Sort of like the Small Faces, little, you know, the you know, kind of silliness, sort of sing-songy stuff. Toyland and Technicolor Dream, of course, the two big ones on this album. So very excited to find this. Alright, here's a cool one. Archies, which I was talking to my wife about. I really didn't know that the Archies comic and the, you know, band were kind of tied together. So my question to you, so all you red-blooded you know, vinyl community members out there, what do you think? Betty or Veronica? So give me a comment, tell me what you think about that. So this is definitely a cool album. So 68, you know, silliness, you know, bubblegum, sunshine pop, you know, can't pass this stuff up. I love it. So, and now for something completely different, got Clear Light. This, of course, on the Elektra label. Again, you know, we're talking about the Doors 13. You know, this is on the Elektra label. Elektra was just an awesome label. You know, they got every band had a logo. You know, the Doors. You know, Carly Simon even had a logo. Paul Butterfield Blues Band. You know, Love, Bread. You know, Queen had one. Any of the artists that were on Elektra had some sort, and it was all kind of in the same print where they always kind of did. You know, look how perfect that is. They put that on the tree. So they were very, very smart as far as with how they designed albums. This is definitely a pretty cool psychedelic record. So, and last but not least, this one, you know, you guys probably won't even give a crap about, but this was very excited to find. It's called David and Anthony, Walnut Street. Now, this is a regional album, so these guys are from Pittsburgh. I actually know Walnut Street is in Shadyside. Which there's not really, well, there's not any record stores there now, but Shadyside, kind of a, you know, near the Pitt campus. So this was sort of, these guys were sort of like a Simon and Garfunkel kind of duo. In fact, they cover like a ton of Simon and Garfunkel songs on here. So just among some of these, I'm not going to read them all, but Hazy Shade of Winter, Sounds of Silence, Kathy's Song, Richard Cory, At the Zoo, and it also has the band with The Weight. They covered that. Don't Think Twice, It's Alright, of course Dylan, I Started to Joke, the Bee Gees. So it's really an awesome album. It was recorded at a place called the Casbah, which was a sort of a bar. I don't know if it's I'll have to kind of check and see what's there now, because I don't believe it's still there. And then they also kind of they recorded it. It's just so awesome to kind of see this. So it's like it's a regional album, but yet it's not. It's kind of like a mainstream pop album. Usually you see the only things you see anymore that are regional is always kind of like the Christian, like the Christian albums, or some sort of choir or whatnot. So definitely a very, very cool find. Really excited about this. I listened to it and it's phenomenal. I mean, they almost sound like Simon and Garfunkel, or at least Paul Simon. They kind of there's not very a distinction between the two. But this is definitely a huge score for me today, and this was only $5, so totally awesome about that. So there you go. There's my vinyl finds for today. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the not so distant future.